Good morning. Happy birthday and welcome to the first day of the rest of your life, because every day is your birthday if you choose to celebrate life. And why wouldn't you want to celebrate life when you have a beautiful tree like that to look at? I'm in a slightly different location today, as you can probably tell. I've had to figure out how I was going to put my phone up with that beautiful tree, so I want that beautiful tree in the background there. And I found these little logs here, big logs here rather. And I found a stick and the phone is going to go on the stick just up there somewhere. Good morning, Jeff, how you doing? This is a new little area of the forest that I haven't found before, or woods I suppose. Really, it's not really a forest. It's kind of cute though. I might go here more often. I don't think I'll have quite so many people walking their dogs, so it might be easier to talk about things, especially when I'm talking about a subject like I'm going to be talking about today, which is whether or not you feel like a burden. And realistically, this is suicide. I did want to put suicide into the title, but I thought that might be a little bit triggering for some people. They might not listen to the message. So I thought I'll just soften it a little bit and allow people to enjoy the concept of, there you go. The tree is now in the background. That's beautiful. Anyway, happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a lovely day. I've got a nice place for my foot here as well. I can kind of do this kind of weird rock star motion. I like that. It's kind of cool. Anyway, happy birthday to you. We are going to talk, yes I know, we're going to talk about suicide in a minute, and whether or not you feel like a burden on the world, and how you can deal with that a little bit better. But first of all, let's say happy birthday to the people whose real birthdays it is today. Why not do that and do a little breathing exercise, because that's also useful as well if you're having these negative thoughts, these suicidal thoughts. I've been there. I've been through that process. I had a very difficult conversation with my parents yesterday, and I'll tell you why in a moment about that whole thing and why that came about. Because we discovered yesterday that somebody that we all mutually know did commit suicide around Christmas time, just gone. So anyway, happy birthday. Weird context here, but happy birthday to Dawn Fry, Moemen, I can't read the name there, Lua, sorry, it's hidden behind something else, Honey Jar. I'm not sure what Honey Jar is. I think that might be the movie people who did Outside Theatres here in Cirencester, but anyway, happy birthday to you. Cairenn Boland, I think. Happy birthday to you. David Saville, of course. Laura Powner, who I think I was on your podcast a while back, wasn't I, Laura? But anyway, happy birthday to you anyway. Clare, of course. And Fiona. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your surname, Fiona. It's Irish, of course. And I was looking forward to meeting you, actually. Oh, seeing you again, I should say. Must be nearly 10 years since I last saw you. In Oxford on the 14th, 15th, I can't remember when it was, but I'm not coming up to Oxford anymore on that day, at least not officially, so I might have to come up just specially to see you, so we might have to have a bit of a conversation about how that's going to work. But anyway, happy birthday to you guys. What's the one thing you're going to get done today? Blow out that one candle in this cake. Breathe in 5 through your nose. Put this hand on your heart. Light the candles in your left hand, and then blow out the candles. You're holding your breath, by the way, while you're lighting the candles on the left hand, in case you haven't done this before. But if you haven't done this before, welcome to my little channel here. Where have you been? Where have you been? We do this every single day, apart from Sundays, and sometimes even on Sundays. Yeah, no. And sometimes I miss days out because life happens and stuff. But mostly that's what happens anyway. So right, on to the main topic of the day, though. So we found out that somebody that our family knows committed suicide around Christmas time. Closer friend of my brother. If Paul's watching this, by the way, apologies, but this is what happened yesterday. Nothing to do with the person who we spoke about yesterday. Yeah, and you would think that person had everything, and we've seen this so many times in the news. You got Caroline Flack, Robin Williams, people who seem the coach, I think it was, of the Wales football team several years ago. People who seemingly have everything, have the perfect life, the family, the money, the glamorous lifestyle, and so forth, and they still commit suicide. And of course, what's happening there, and this is the conversation I was having with my parents, was they couldn't understand. It was like, well, what's going on with these people? Of course, they haven't studied psychology, they haven't studied this type of person and seen what can really happen with these people. And basically what it comes down to all the time, you saw this with Caroline Flack for sure. Robin Williams, slightly different scenario. I think he was feeling like it was a burden to himself. This person who we all knew around Christmas time said that her family said that she'd been struggling for a long time. And I can only imagine, because I don't know her very well, but I can only imagine how she was feeling like the negativity, because this is definitely what Caroline Flack was talking about, the negativity that they're bringing to the people around them makes them feel like they're a burden to the people around them. And then that becomes a spiral, a downward spiral. I've talked about this downward spiral that can then start thinking to themselves, oh, I'm a burden, I'm negative. And then somebody says, oh, I can't talk to you right now. And they go, oh, I see I'm being a burden, I'm proving to myself I'm a burden. And it's a real hassle. And if I wasn't here, these people wouldn't have to deal with me. And if I wasn't around, they wouldn't have to look after me and all this kind of stuff. And that's because that's what Caroline Flack did. Because the person who was looking after her went out to go and get some food from the local corn stop. And that's when she said, right, I can finally free these people from the burden of looking after me and taking care of me. Not sure exactly, but this is the pattern that I've seen, because I've had two friends who have also committed suicide in the past. And I've been through this process myself as well, so that's why I know about these things. I have had suicidal thoughts 4 times. Told Mum and Dad about 2 of those yesterday before the conversation meandered onto a different topic. But yeah, so, and in every single one of those cases, I felt like I was causing, it's like nobody wanted me to be around. That's basically what it was. So it wasn't so much that I was feeling like I was a burden. It's like nobody wanted me to be part of their life and so forth. So it's okay, you can come through if you want, sorry. So this is apparently some way they do people walk, apparently. Anyway, there you go. They didn't want to come past. Sorry about that. Okay, so I can't do this here every day because I am going to get disturbed by people who are walking dogs. Never mind. Particularly on a difficult topic like this, isn't it? Where was I? Yes, so I felt like people didn't want me around, and I was going to be a burden on people if they didn't want me around. So there you go. That's an interesting thing. So I wasn't necessarily feeling like I was a burden to people, but I was feeling like nobody wanted me around. So there's no point in me being around because of this sort of thing. So I've meandered around a little bit. This wasn't quite how I wanted this topic to go, but so the thing that to do there, of course, is to catch those thoughts and turn them around and then realize that it's not that you're a burden. And they do want to help you. Keep reaching out to those people and saying, look, I need some help, I want some help. But of course, the problem is you're starting to spiral down and you can't see these negative things. So it's up to the people around us, the people who are watching this, perhaps who are not suicidal, who have friends who might be. You can see the struggles. And when they come to you for help, make sure that you make them feel wanted and loved and cared for, and that you want to be able to help them. And what you can do is help them to see the positive. So that's what my create happy thoughts or banish negative thoughts, I'm not sure about the naming of that thing, process comes into it. Before you go to bed, we talk about this on the breathing thing sometimes. What's the things you're going to get done tomorrow? What things have you got done today? What things have made you happy today? What things have made you smile today? Even if they're tiny little things, and what things are you grateful for in your life today? So you do those 4 things before you go to sleep at night, write them down, relive them, feel the positive energy of each of those things. And then when you wake up the next morning, reread them as well. So if you want that positive process and you want to help implementing that in your life, then let me know, comment below, and I will send you a link to my landing page where you can download that PDF and so forth. And what always stopped me from doing the suicide thing was the devastation that I would leave behind. So the pain that I would leave other people to have to clear up behind me. And so I never actually did it. I never really wanted to do it. I never really wanted to put myself through that. I just wanted to relieve the pain of the feelings that I was having at the time. And then I thought, then I always think to myself, the thing about suicide is that it's like a permanent solution to a temporary problem. The problem that you're currently feeling when you're in that low state is only temporary, and you can recover from it. There are solutions. No matter what problems you think you're in right now, there is always a way that you can find a solution to that problem in the future. So just keep looking for it, just keep searching for it, keep hunting for it, because it is out there. There is a way of getting control of the thoughts inside your head, the negative thoughts that are spiraling you down, and dig yourself out of them. bring yourself back up again. That's what I did. I've realised that this topic is huge now. Once you've started it, you can't stop it really. But I wanted to tie this up together, and I had an idea as to how I was going to tie this up together, but when I went live, it's a whole different thing. But because I wanted to talk about these 3 habitual reactions that we all have, which is to want something, to reject something, or to snooze, be boring and repetitive. And that's kind of what happens with our lives. So we want a cake, so we can have it. So we see something, we go, oh, I want that. I'm going to have that, it's lovely. And then we see something we don't like, a mosquito, for example, or a fly or something like that, get that a lot out, and you'll swat it away, you'll reject that thing. And then you get snooze, where you're sort of boring and repetitive, and that's kind of where our lives sometimes get, we get boring, repetitive life. We just kind of snooze, and like just getting through the motions and just blah, blah, blah. What's the point of life kind of thing, because it's all just boring. We feel rejected, so other people reject us. We feel rejected, like that mosquito. And then we start to just think, what's the point of going on? What's the point of life? Mindfulness and meditation gives us a 4th reaction. But we need to train ourselves. We need to build our mindfulness muscle to be able to do this. And basically what it is, it gives us the option to observe. So you can look at yourself like an outside. Like imagine I was sitting in the tree up there looking down on me, and I could see me talking about this stuff and going, hey John, you all right? What's going on? Are you all right? And then being like the best friend up in the tree, looking down on you, being able to talk to you and say the positive stuff that you need to hear. So you have to think about, well, what does this person need to hear from me? And then so mindfulness and meditation gives you the opportunity to come out of yourself and look at yourself objectively and see what's going on around you. So when I was feeling those suicidal thoughts, and what stopped me was thinking about how my parents would feel about it and how they would react and how devastated they would be, bearing in mind that I've had 2 friends who have committed suicide on me, and how bad I felt about the fact that I didn't help them, or never got the opportunity. In fact, more to the point, I never got the opportunity to help them because I didn't even know they were suffering. So the first I heard that they were struggling was after they'd committed suicide. Now I just about saw it with Caroline Flack. I saw it kind of coming. I was just seeing it, and I was thinking to myself, how could I go and talk to her and help her? And I was like, well, I can't. She must have people around her who's going to helping her for it. Like, how can I help her? I'm a nobody at the moment, and I wanted to kind of reach out and say, how can I help? And obviously missed my opportunity. Not that I would necessarily have been able to help or get in there to be able to help, but that's the point. I felt devastated, and so she's taken away the burden from her. She's taken away the feelings that she was burdening other people, and that's ended. But now nobody can help her because she's gone. There's nobody there to help anymore. Nobody can help her to feel better. Nobody can help her to fix her life and put her life back in line again, because she's gone. She's a permanent solution to a temporary situation, and that's not helpful. And so I was observing myself and going, John, imagine the devastation you're going to leave behind, because remember what it was like when those other people who killed themselves left for you, and the hole in your heart, which is still there now, years and years later, 20 years later since some of them committed suicide, and I still feel the pain that I wish I'd been able to help them. But that's not to add to the burden, by the way. That's not to add to the burden. So don't feel that as an added to the burden. That's a way of seeing that there is a way out if you allow people to help you, and you're looking for help. Because if people don't know that you need help, they can't help you. And so allow people to help you. Open yourself up. So it's not about being a burden. It's about allowing people to help you. And then obviously the people outside need to be able to help you and need to want to help you and not make you feel more like a burden. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. I have tried to keep that under 15 minutes again, just about managed to do that. Do go on to say something I was listening to from Oprah. Oh, the observe thing I was going to say as well. It's like, I've said this before, it's like a bee. Bee, you could reject a bee and try and swat them away, but you could also just observe it. And bees won't actually sting you unless you kind of annoy them. And so you can just watch it and it'll fly around and buzz around you. So if you don't panic about it, it's kind of okay, but you have to learn that kind of concept of being able to do that. And then the only thing that I wanted to add from Oprah was, she says, the only prayer that you need is thank you. Thank you for giving me my life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the world around me. Being grateful. Thank you for the opportunity to observe myself and think, maybe there is a better way. Maybe somebody can help you. Maybe John can help me. Feel free to send people to me to reach out, and I will see if I can help. Okay, that's me, that's my time done. Hopefully that was useful, hopefully it wasn't too down. Obviously sending love to you guys. Please give me feedback, please let me know what you thought of that one, because that was quite a tough one. Hope I did it justice. We'll see. Okay, bye for now guys.